Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us for another edition of my video blog. This video blog today is being sponsored by the newly established Independent Canadian Commission on Human and Civil Rights. It's a not-for-profit community grassroots initiative designed to spread social awareness, research, as well as media advocacy when it comes to issues pertaining to human rights, civil rights, discrimination, and experiences of infringements on our Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. It was developed as an initiative in light of the fact that there is no specific national organization to deal with such issues of human and civil rights as it pertains to discrimination, racism, and other experiences of perceived infringements of various codes as it pertains to the affirmation of our Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. So today I'm going to be talking about racism and the Gatineau Police Services. Now I know that lots of people out there may be, jaded. They were quite aware that, racism is all over, different police jurisdictions. I mean, there's some excellent police officers out there. I could say, perhaps the majority in most places are very good, or they just want to do their job and do it in a way which supports and gives honor to law enforcement. And we know about those that are not doing that. But the purposes of this video is to do outreach and for people who have experienced discrimination and racism as it pertains to specifically going across the bridge, if you're in Ottawa, like myself, going across the bridge into Gatineau. So as someone from Ontario, as someone from Toronto, let me tell you about the racism in the city of Gatineau as it pertains to the Gatineau police. Now, again, when you go over Gatineau, I mean, the great majority of people in Gatineau, which include francophones, would make anybody a great neighbor, friendly, very inviting, and that's what attracts many people from Ontario to have vacations, excursions into Quebec, even though there are many people at Ottawa specifically, which don't necessarily like it going across the bridge because there's a sense of trepidation about what experiences they could have going across the bridge. So my experiences pertains to the trepidation I get when I have to be when I see someone from the Gatineau Police Services. And again, if I'm getting these experiences, there's a good chance that there are other people getting these experiences. So I thought it as a responsible citizen to use this opportunity of doing outreach and inform people in general, Canadians in general, and anybody who has a shared sense of shared experiences, to contact us to either by making a comment in the video below or contacting the the Independent Commission, which is the website link is below, about these experiences and the type of experiences about in the Gatineau with respect to the police. I mean, I have not experienced this anywhere else. I have been different parts of Canada, across the United States, all the way into the deep South, Alabama, Georgia, Kentucky, Florida, Southern Ohio. I mean, I've had experiences of, discrimination on the police before, but nothing like what's going on in the city of Gatineau. We're talking about incidences in which, as a visible minority, you get stopped by a police officer from the Gatineau Police Services, which decides that they're going to stop you because you are walking on the grass, just cutting across the grass, making a shortcut. They're going to stop you and card you and ask for your driver's license. I mean, where else in in Canada or North America have you heard of police officers stopping you for walking across the grass? Or how about, I think you're walking funny. Let me stop you for a number of minutes and then, ask for your driver's license because I think you're walking funny. Or how about a situation where you are driving and minding your own business and you see a police officer coming the other way and they decide that they see you're black because you're driving slow in the winter and they're driving slow and you're driving slow. They decide they're going to make a U-turn, follow you into a shopping plaza, and then ask for your driver's license. You didn't make any no driving infraction was seen observed by them, but they are going to use an opportunity to card you because maybe you are as a black person, you must have done something wrong, or maybe you're wanted, and also, and whatever's going on in their head for carding. I mean, the type of racism being practiced in Gatineau is, from my historical observation as someone who studied history, is a type of racism that might have been associated with a historical time period in the late 1960s. Certain parts of the American South, people who are black might have experienced the type of discrimination which one can get in the city of Gatineau. But it is the type of discrimination and racism there is ridiculous. Nobody seems to be doing about it. And I could tell you from any time I go over Gatineau, not even once have I seen in my observations of the Gatineau police any visible minorities on the Gatineau police. Now, I'm not saying I can't say that there are no visible minorities working in the Gatineau Police Services, but at least when I've visited other jurisdictions as a tourist elsewhere, I often see a mixture of visible minorities, police officers. I don't see that in Gatineau when I've gone over there across the river. So, and it's just like ridiculous, the type of, and again, the Quebec Superior Court ruled that, a police officer, just when you're driving, for example, cannot just stop you for in an apparently random way and just in a way which is consistent with racial profiling, harassment, and carding. This has been a specific ruling by the Quebec Superior Court, yet this practice continues. One police officer, after this ruling, indicated that, oh, well, they have a right to stop you for whatever, any reason. Doesn't matter if it's legitimate or not. Doesn't matter if you're making an infraction, such as, oh, I think I'll stop you because you're driving a rented vehicle. How about that? There's no crime against driving a rented vehicle. They will stop you in the city of Gatineau for any reason that they can dream up of. And there seems to be a lack of public awareness about this, racism in the Gatineau Police Services. It's just absolutely atrocious, the kind of racism being practiced there. Although I've experienced racism in other places, this is the first time that I have had cause to take it upon myself to outreach to people, anybody out there who has experienced a pattern of racism or has experiences of racism, discrimination, or harassment. This is an outreach effort to see who else has these experiences, because I know that these experiences, there are more of these experiences that have taken place. Unfortunately, because of the what I've been told by people who have experienced that, they who are being intimidated, that they tell me all sorts of stories which they don't necessarily want to be made public, having to do with the police. So anybody who wants to do something about it, who is concerned about discrimination and racism, and wants to contact us about the pattern of ridiculous stops that they might have experienced, interceptions by the Gatineau police for whatever reasons that have nothing to do with breaking the law, making it an infraction, or it seems to be there as a part of some sort of targeting that's taking place. I invite you to, contact us and stuff like that, because again, I see it, there seems to be a lack of awareness, public awareness about the specific type of ridiculous racism going on in the city of Gatineau. I mean, I know there's been some reports about stuff in Quebec as far as the city of Montreal, but the racism being practiced by the Gatineau Police Services is atrocious. In my view, something needs to be done about it, and we invite people out there in the city of Gatineau or people in the Ottawa or other parts of Canada who has experienced firsthand in the type of discrimination and racism which is being going on in the city of Gatineau. Anybody who has the experience or knows of other people who have had those experiences or have had observed people being harassed and subject to racism, I invite you to contact, contact us, contact specifically the in the newly established Independent Canadian Commission on Human and Civil Rights. Make yourself known, because the only way we can do something about it is at least one way we can. It's important for us to achieve social change on this front is to collective action can help to expedite the kind of results that we want as a society when it comes to fairness and a just society for everyone. So I thank you very much for taking the time listening to me today. And I can tell you some of the examples that I've relayed to you are just the tip of the iceberg of the type of experiences that I've had at the hands of the Gatineau Police Services. So look forward to any comments and thoughts and input that anybody out there may have on experiences of institutionalized racism and discrimination and the Gatineau Police Services, because something needs to be done about it, whether it's through the Gatineau City Council or whether it's through the government of Quebec taking action or the community themselves wanting to raise the awareness that's necessary to bring about the kind of social change which will bring about more responsibility, whether it comes more responsible police actions and more fairness when it comes to the treatment of visible minorities who either live in Gatineau or have cause to visit Gatineau for one reason or the other. So thanks very much for taking the time to listen to this another video blog, and have a great day. Thank you.